Welcome to another shot of yoga, my friends. Take a moment to center yourself, get clear in your mind, calm in your body, and peaceful in your heart. Set an intention that aligns with the Yama, or code for right living, of Ahimsa, non-harming. That includes our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Inhaling, bring the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhaling, bend your knees slightly and fold, Uttanasana. Shake the head loose. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands forward, come into a half fold. Exhaling, fold again. Step the right leg back, come down on the right knee and top of the right foot. You can use your hands, walk them up onto your thigh. Use the hands to send the hips forward. You can stay here. Or if you'd like to go a little deeper, place your palms on the mat. Let the belly touch the thigh. Inch the back knee back a little more. Send your heart forward and up. Lengthen along the spine. Breathe into the right hip flexor and psoas muscle. Stretch it all out. Then on your next inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, shift the hip back, straightening that left leg as much as is doable for you. Again, keep a generous bend in that left knee if your hamstrings are tight, and fold and bow. And breathe. Folding over, finding more space. Then inhale, rock forward, plant your palms, tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, lift the hip. Exhale to bring the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, take that fold, decompress the spine, shake the neck nice and loose. Inhale again into the half lift. Exhaling, step the left leg back, come down on the knee, top of the foot. Again, walk yourself back up and use your hands on your hips to gently guide the hips forward. And then you can just place the palms on top of that right thigh. Stay here. Or to go a little deeper, plant the palms on the mat. Tuck the back toes under, shift the knee back a little more. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Send your heart forward and feel that entire front left side of the body opening, especially in the hip flexor and psoas. Next inhale, shift your hips back, straightening the right leg. Again, a generous bend in the knee if you need it. That is how we practice non-harming here on the mat. And then fold. Inhale. Create a little more space with the breath so that as you exhale and the body relaxes, it softens and finds the pose. Inhale, shift forward. Tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, lift the hip. Exhale, walk the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, bow here. Inhale, roll up through each vertebrae, arms out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, palms at the heart center. Step your left leg back so that you are facing the left side of your mat. And then pivot your right toes toward the front of the mat and the back heel, pivot it out. Square your hips toward the front. And for some of us, we might be a little bit tighter the way our hips are made. So maybe gently walk that right foot out a little further so that your legs are hips distance. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the front knee. Keep doing this movement until you find your sweet spot, bending in the front knee as far as you can comfortably go. Practice non-harming here. If it is difficult for you to keep the top of the thigh parallel to your mat, then gently back off of the bend a little here until you find your strength in your quadriceps and in your psoas muscle. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release the hands down and pivot your feet to the other side. Left toes pointing toward the back of the mat, right heel pivoting out. Squaring your hips forward, use your hands to help you in a loving way. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, bend the front knee. Again, a little flow, inhaling, straightening the leg, exhaling, bending the knee, until you find your sweet spot. Again, where warrior one feels good for you. Try not to lean forward or lean back, but just find that nice, happy medium here at your center, engaging your core, drawing the low belly in and up, pelvic floor active. Again, that quad does not need to be parallel to the mat, especially if you are still working your quadricep and psoas muscle strength. Breathe. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands down. And then pivot toward the front of the mat. Bring the left foot forward. Inhale, rise up again. Exhale, take the fold. Shake everything loose. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, take your fold again. Step the right leg back and then the left and come into your down dog. Again, practice non-harming here. Maybe a gentle rocking back and forth so that you can find your sweet spot, the strength in your shoulders, the length in the spine, the grounding through the palms and the soles of the feet. Again, if your hamstrings are tight, you can get a generous bend in the knee, press your belly toward the fronts of the thighs. Or if your shoulders are tight, walk your feet in a little closer toward your palms. You'll feel that stretch more intensely in the backs of the legs. Again, find whatever pose, whatever variation of the pose that feels right for you. Then inhaling, let's walk forward, half lift, exhaling, fold. Inhaling, roll up, arms up overhead, palms together, exhaling, find the mountain within. And coming into a balanced pose, bend the left knee and shift all the weight into your right leg. Using your hands, squeeze the outer hips in toward the center line. When you are ready, slowly lift the left foot off the mat, keeping the knee bent here, practicing Ahimsa, non-harming. Again, try not to dip back. Instead, line your joints up one over the other to build the solid base and foundation required for this pose. You can stay here, or if you'd like to go a little deeper, extend that left leg out. Again, trying not to dip back, but instead lower that extended left leg down a little until you build enough strength in your psoas muscle to come into the full variation of this pose. When you are ready, release the left leg onto the mat, shake it out. Inhale, palms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale, take the fold. And we're going to generously bend the left knee to isolate the stretch into the back side of the right leg. Inhale, straighten both legs, come into your half lift. Exhale, take that fold. A little bend in the knee if you need it. Inhale, rise up through the spine, arms out, palms overhead. Exhale, come center. Balance yourself, and we'll get this on the other side. Shifting the weight into the left leg by bending the right knee. Level your hips. Hands at your heart or even on the hips. Then slowly lift the right foot off the mat, keeping that knee bent. Again, you can stay here, be loving and kind to yourself, or you can come into the fuller variation of the pose, kicking that right foot out, extending the leg. Again, stacking the joints, lowering that right leg if you need to, until you can build the psoas muscle strength required for this pose. Inhale. Exhale, release that right foot onto the mat. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, palms overhead. Exhale, take the fold. Isolate the stretch into the left leg by bending the right knee, keeping the left leg straight. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Then straighten the right leg. Inhale into the half lift. Exhale, take that fold and step back into your downward facing dog. Big breath in and big breath out. Inhaling, gently rock forward, dropping the knees to the mat, keeping the hips in line with the legs in the spine. Shoulders are over the wrists, so you're not in a tabletop position but in a knee plank. On your exhale, slowly lower down, pubic bone first, then belly, then heart. Corkscrew your pubic bone into the mat. Activate your legs to take the pressure off the low back. Hug your elbows. This will help line them up underneath the shoulder joint. Diagonally turn in the left forearm toward the right. Extend the right hand out. Bend the right knee. And then rotate the right palm to the right. And then gently grab hold of the back foot just for a breath. And then slowly release back at center. Hug the elbows again. Line up the joints. Right forearm will turn in vertically toward the left. Rotate the left palm out to the left. Grab hold of the left foot for a breath. And then release, just to get a nice quad stretch there. Then slowly make your way back into a knee plank. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, send it back into a down dog. Again, ground through the palms and the sole of the feet. Then inhale into a table. Exhale into a child's pose. Release your arms down by your sides and just soften the fronts of the shoulders toward the earth. Decompressing the spine, releasing any pressure in the low back. Giving yourself lots of love. Be conscious of your thoughts. Make sure that they are non-harming as well. Then slowly rise up. Shift the weight onto one hip and then swing your legs out. Again, make your way to the center of the mat and then onto your back. Draw the knees into the chest, hug them out. Then release your arms out to the side and slowly lower the knees all the way over to the left. And with your gaze, look over to the right. A gentle twist here, neutralizing the energy of the body before we head into Shavasana, releasing the low back. Then on your next inhale, slowly bring the knees and the head back at center. And as you exhale, let the knees drop over to the right, your gaze over to the left, keeping your shoulders glued to the mat. Work with gravity here. Breathe into this side of your spine and your back. Then inhale, knees and head come back at center. Give yourself a nice big hug, lots of kindness and compassion, starting with you, starting within. And then make your way into Shavasana. You can pause the video and stay here for as long as you need to. Feet will splay out, fingers softly curling in, the entire body relaxed. Surrendering and melting into your authentic self. Letting go of anything that isn't kindness and compassion. Then make your way back into your body. Get a nice stretch, a reawakening to a newer, better version of yourself. And then get a spinal rock. Take as many as you need to. Make your way into a nice, comfortable seated position. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Inhaling, bring your palms up overhead, sealing in the benefits of your practice. Thumbs right between your eyebrows. May my thoughts be peaceful. Thumbs at your lips. May my words be peaceful. Thumbs at your heart center. May my actions, and most especially the intentions behind them, be peaceful. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for another shot of yoga.